Hey, what's up, you guys? So today I'm going to be discussing everything that I read and watched in the month of November. Overall, I didn't watch as much this month as I had really planned to. It was finals month. I had a bunch of school stuff to do, so it's okay. I also wound up reading a lot, even though it was all from the same series, so I don't have much to say about that either. I do have book talks up for all of the books that I read this month, though, so you can check those out. I don't know if they're all going to be posted as of me posting this. I have to double check my calendar, so I'll let you know on the screen with editing magic. Editing magic. Let's start off with the books. The first book I read was Queen of Shadows. The second book was Empire of Storms. The third book was Tower of Dawn. And the fourth book was Kingdom of Ashes. Now that I finished the whole Throne of Glass series, it's definitely a series that I'm going to recommend because I definitely enjoyed it. Overall, these probably were my favorite books in the series with the exception of Tower of Dawn. I loved how these books really expanded the world and really delved deeper into our characters. And I loved how they further developed more characters, introduced more characters, and how they really changed the overall story so that it wasn't such a small scale story and became very much more larger scale. So out of these four, Empire of Storms is probably my favorite. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not because I've heard a couple people say they actually didn't like it, but I did. I really enjoyed it. I loved Elide, and so Elide and Lorcan's relationship I was just so here for, so I think that's why I really love it. Kingdom of Ash, definitely a second. Queen of Shadows comes in third, and Tower of Dawn comes in fourth out of these four books. As far as my personal preference goes, if I were to incorporate Air of Fire, Crown of Midnight, and Thorn of Glass, they would probably all fall somewhere in between Tower of Dawn and Queen of Shadows, because these last three books really were my favorite, with the exception of Tower of Dawn, because I just loved this expansion of the world. I love this world. I love these characters. I honestly could read so many more books in this world with these characters because I just had so much fun. I also really loved the overall message of these books. I love how it really ties down to friendship and building these bonds of kindness. You know, everything starts off with a small act of kindness. Big things happen because someone gave a girl in a prison cell a cloak one time in these books, you know, like little acts of kindness do make a difference, and they can mean the difference in a war, and in this war in particular. So that's what I really loved about the message of these books, was that kindness is just important. Be kind, be nice to people, please. Please be nice. Those are the books that I read this month. If you'd like to know more about my thoughts on them, again, I've got book talks, link them up above or somewhere. Now let's get into the TV shows that I watched. So again, I didn't watch that much, but I did watch a couple TV shows. I watched this TV show called Taskmaster. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out, but it's like one of those like reality competition shows type things. What it is there is a comedian named Greg Davis, and he's got a little sidekick, Alex Horn, and they judge how well 5 other comedians are able to do different tasks. And so it's a really funny, and I did really enjoy that series. Definitely a 5 out of 5 series. Definitely recommend it. Go watch it if you haven't. I think that every episode definitely has something worth laughing at. I love so many of the comedians on it. It's a British show, so they're British comedians, so they are kind of honest with things. I don't know which series I would say is my favorite of the show, but I do definitely recommend checking out all of them. If you've got a special British comedian that you like, go check them out. I really love Noel, who is on the Great British Baking Show, so I really love his season. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Another show that I started watching is A Teacher. So this show is on FX, and I've been watching it on Hulu, and this show makes me very uncomfortable. I started watching it because I saw Christine Riccio talk about it, and she said it made her uncomfortable. And you know what? It made me uncomfortable too. So I bet if you like my videos, it'll probably make you uncomfortable too. It is about a relationship between a teacher and a student. In general, those types of plots always make me uncomfortable. Like, they used to show up occasionally in like 90s shows, like Dawson's Creek. It always makes me feel really weird and really slimy. And so watching this show, it just makes me feel the same way. And it's really concerning how small everything starts and how big it gets in the end. And so most of the show is out now. There are only 2 more episodes, I think, left. And I don't know if there's going to be like another season to this. It's weird. It's different. It is something that I want to know how this story is going to end. And I hope that it ends with this teacher like in jail, maybe? I don't know. It just feels wrong. It feels so wrong. I don't understand. I don't understand how, as a student, you could be attracted to a teacher. Like, I I understand that joke of like, oh, he's a cute teacher, but like, I don't understand how you're actually gonna like act on that. Like, that's ridiculous to me. So watching this, seeing how subtle it starts, it makes a little bit more sense to me how things like this could happen in real life, but it just makes me really uncomfortable, and it makes it really hard for me to say where to draw the line. But I do know where I would draw in this show, and the answer would be, don't do any sort of SAT prep in a diner. Do it in a classroom like a normal person with a desk between you. My thoughts on that. So I also have been watching The Bachelorette. I absolutely love The Bachelorette. It's one of my favorite shows. I started watching it a few seasons ago. It is great. It is so fun. The drama is so ridiculous. It's so over the top, and that's probably my favorite thing about the show. It's just that drama. Like, I am here for drama, okay? Y'all can tell I love me some angst. This show has all of the angst. And I've heard people like say that they think it's stupid, but it's not stupid. It isn't. I promise you. It's not stupid, because in this show, you have 30 different people vying for one person's attention. What more could you want? Like, that is just a recipe for chaos. This season, we've had 2 different bachelorettes. We've had Claire, and then we've had Tayshia. So my overall rating for Claire is not great. I did not like her. I did say in a previous video that I hated her, and I do kind of want to redact that statement because I don't know her personally. I just don't particularly like her as the Bachelorette, so that's really what I meant by that statement. So I don't like her as the Bachelorette. I don't think she's a very good Bachelorette. I think that she is really just annoying and frustrating. And again, this is as portrayed by the TV show. Again, I don't know her personally or anything, but she was just annoying and frustrating. She didn't seem to show a lot of respect for the guys there, which I thought was just not cool. You should show respect to people in general, and she just didn't. But with Tayshia, I feel like we've got an actual season of The Bachelorette happening. I'm so far preferring it to Claire's season by a lot. I'm preferring it to, honestly, the past Bachelorette season as well, Hannah Brown. I liked Hannah Brown. I thought she was a great Bachelorette, but I think Tayshia's just better because she isn't doing the thing that Hannah did, which is carrying a villain around with her super far into the season and making the season all about that villain. Like, that was really frustrating about Hannah's season. I love that Tayshia's season feels more about Tayshia, and it feels like she's actually developing some genuine connections with these guys. I love how they're having genuine conversations. So this season of The Bachelorette, meaning Tayshia's season of The Bachelorette, I definitely recommend watching. It's on ABC, also on Hulu if you want to check it out there. Chris Harrison is my favorite person in the world. So that's my thoughts on that. So that is everything that I read and watched in the month of November. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, comment, do all of the nice things. Comment what you read or watched in November. I'm looking for some recommendations right now because I just finished an epic fantasy series. So we'll see what I read. I do have a December TBR up, so hopefully I should read some of that. We'll see. I am posting videos every day right now because Bookmas, so I will see you in my next one. Bye!